want to say to everyone first to my team, thank you for allowing me to share this to the public. And this is something that, Crystal, my beautiful partner, and I were talking, we always talk about when we go for our walks, we, go for our drives, and we're always brainstorming to see what is, what is the world really needing right now? And it's actually really, it's always, Dave, you've been, part of the team for, many years now, and it's always convenient. So just to give you guys an example, what you're going to be experiencing tonight is part of my paid private online program, which I've been running for 6 years, and it goes all around the world. Normally I have people from 11 different countries that are checking in. And and what we're going to be talking about today is something that we've gone through a higher consciousness cleanup, and allowing people to either come up to the standards, values and beliefs of what's going to get you a collective conscious. And this can be in a relationship, this can be in a working environment, it also can be in anything at all. It's creating high standards. And what we're going to be teaching you guys tonight is advanced leadership on how to lead others to a greater existence. I've got a spell mistake there. Greater existence through your values and beliefs. So what that means is, since I've been a little boy, many years ago, I'm 40 now, I've always played at very high-end teams, let's say high-end levels in teams. Basketball, I played, I was training with NBL teams, I was playing basketball over in America. Football, I was playing, training for the Western Jets and Victoria, and there was some AFL, back then it was called VFL, which was the AFL seconds. And the thing is, you people can't just come and go, oh, look, I'm going to train when I feel like it, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to come here and I'm going to do that. The problem with that is you're not creating a championship team. So you would have just seen the Los Angeles Lakers that, they've got LeBron James. Every team that he's played, he's won a championship. And it's understanding, if you're going to bring people up to a greater level, is being able to lead people through your values and beliefs, okay? If you've got a young family, or a family, it doesn't really matter, or even a relationship, of being able to lead the family, being able to lead your partner, if it's your wife, your husband, depends who we're speaking to, and understanding this. So what I want you to really understand during this session, and again, thank you team, because this is normally, people are paying $100 a month for this program, and you guys are getting it free, just to give you a bit of a taste for what we're going to be talking about. And the thing that I teach in this group, which is different than the live streams with Crystal and myself, that what I'm going to be teaching you guys, there's no holds barred. What I mean by that, I'm going to be sharing the stuff that I've just, hot off the press, that I've learned from my coaches, that, I've just studied. It's none of this stuff, teach and leave a loop. It's all going to be, very, very high-end things that, to give you guys, an amazing takeaway. So then when you get up from watching this and the notes, I really highly recommend you take notes. You're really, really going to feel that, wow, geez, that made a big difference. Because one of the things that I'll say as well, there's a lot of information out there, there's a lot of coaches, there's a lot of leaders, there's a lot of mentors, there's a lot of, people on YouTube and Facebook, there's a lot of people getting information out, but they're not actually teaching you the best, most efficient way how to take in this information, how to lead others to get others where they want to go, how to lead others to a better existence. And when I say through your values and beliefs, because the people that you want to be in the environment, firstly, of that want to have similar values and beliefs. If you don't, you're going to be pushing shit uphill, okay? I'm just going to have my protein drink. Normally I've got wine, I've got the protein drink tonight. So let's have a look at some concepts, and let's take this to another level. This could be you. I know I speak to a lot of different people throughout the day and interact with a lot of different people. And one of the biggest things that I see where a lot of people are struggling right now in their lives, and it's this repetitive punishment loop, that people, they'll get through something. They'll, maybe they get out of an abusive relationship, or, maybe they've been sick and they start to get well. Something that there's been pain and discomfort, and something that hasn't been going well, and then, they, all of a sudden, then they get through that time. They get through that sticky time, so to speak. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. Hello, Mother. I saw you there. I'll just, because I can see the screen's a little bit far away, but I'll. All right, fantastic. There we go. So, people are wanting to change. Just say someone's coming out of a relationship. and the relationship wasn't great. But you know what? They've been strong and they've gotten through it. And then what happens is, you know, they've gotten through it and they've grown and raised their standards and said, yeah, look, I've got rid of that person out of my life. Then in that moment, this person has raised their standards and beliefs and, you know, and their values and beliefs, and then raising your standards. But then during time, have you noticed, oh, look, I'm getting bored, I'm getting lonely, is this for me? And if we aren't constantly doing the work every day of connecting to what our values are, what our beliefs are, and where we're going in life, and then what values should we be living by, or what values do we need to be living by, and what values do we need to believe, then what happens is we will go back to the old self. We will go back to old programming. We'll go back to the familiar. Instead, if we aren't connecting to where we're going in our life and understanding who we are today is not going to support who we need to be tomorrow if we stay that same way. So what happens is that, you know, okay, yes, I've done the work. I've gotten that person out of my life, you know, the energy or whatever, and I've done that. And then we get caught up in the mundane. We get caught up with just the job, and, you know, it could be stressful, and we go through the paces again. And, you know, now whatever it might be, you could be at work or you could be at home and or whatever. But we start to, if we aren't connecting and raising our, and this is what happens, if our standards drop, our values and beliefs drop. Yeah? Does everyone understand that? If our standards drop, our values and beliefs drop. And if our values and beliefs drop, what happened? Our standards will drop as well. So it's a double-ended sword there. So when we talk about that, when people go, if you don't keep connecting to a future, what you desire, it's like, if, you know, I haven't trained for about 6 months. I've lost so much weight and muscle. Now I'm starting to get back into training. I had different health challenges. But you sit there and you go, oh my God, what's happened to my body? And then what happens? Because you stop and then you start training again. Oh, it's sore, I'm tired. And you know, the thing is, what you need to remember, the uncomfortability is growth. So write that down. The uncomfortability is growth. And when what happens is, people will get this burst of energy. They'll get inspired. They will feel pumped, and they'll go, okay, you know what? I'm gonna get out of this relationship. It wasn't serving me. I'm going to, you know, put myself in a social environment where it's going to support my growth. Or, you know what, I'm going to exercise every day. I'm going to raise my health standards. Or it could be that, you know, I'm going to be, showing up on social media and growing my business, getting my message out there. You know, they're on good days, but it's not taking the action. When you're just taking the action and you're taking just the physical action of going to the gym, of, you know, maybe dating and getting yourself out there, of just exercising, of thinking what is right, well, I need to build business, I need to contact people, or even, you know, whatever the work is, and if it's just a, you know, buy, sell business. You know, the thing with that is that you're becoming a numb robot, because you're doing the action, but you actually aren't changing what you value and what you believe in, and then what standards are going to uphold that lifestyle. And to uphold that lifestyle, so you know you're moving towards your desires, then if you aren't connecting to your values and beliefs, what do you need to be valuing? What do you need to be believing? Then your standards will drop. And unfortunately, my friends, what normally happens is people will go back to the familiar. They'll go back to that relationship, maybe with that exact person or with a person that's very similar. Or they will go back to the habits. They might start drinking again. They might start eating again. Eating bad foods, of course, I want you to eat. Or they might go back to, you know, self-sabotaging habits. You know, and it does happen. Because when we talk about, you know, when I said tonight, and I'll just let me get this up so we're looking at the same thing here. When I said about advanced leadership and how to lead others to a great existence through your values and belief, that when we talk about leaders, because there are a lot of people out there are leaders, I've seen them, you know, coaches that are wanting to get people in their programs and sell them, and they do all that, and they're not even living it. They're very good at doing presentations and talking, and, you know, they're very good salespeople, but then behind closed doors, like I've been doing this for 12, 13 years, you know, I'm, you know, NLP master practitioner of, you know, I understand human behavior, emotional intelligence, you know, it's just, there's so much you can just see through people and you feel it, because I'm very energy intuitive. You're going, well, hold on, how can you be living, like, it's very good that people are very good to say, hey, you know, get people all warm and fuzzy and all the rest of it. Then afterwards, once, you know, you're in, you've got the money, it's just the standards drop, and it's just like, hold on, it's like getting in a car. Yes, it's fantastic, but after the first gear, you know, the car doesn't get out of the first gear. And, you know, people are like that in relationships, that when people start in relationships, You know, their values and beliefs are fantastic. You know, I value connection, I value presentation, I value hygiene, I value whatever it might be. They make a big effort, and you see all these things start to evolve. Their belief system is very high, but then later in the relationships, their standards drop. They let themselves go. They're short and sharp, you know, because it's not new, and you see that a lot in, you know, in people's evolution. The other thing that we want to be very mindful about is sticking to a process of, I always lead my team, you know, Dave's here, Sophie's here, Crystal's on, you know, my mum's on, a few other people that have always been part of the team, that if there's a proven, because the same thing as my coaches, yeah? You know, I've coached Olympians, I've coached people that have just they've been suicidal, they've drug rehab, you know, the average Joe just wanting to know more, has got a wife and 4 kids. You know, you're talking about a business person, then you know, getting into professional people, then some big juggernauts. And you don't coach them any differently. Of course, the focus, attention, direction, you know, the directing of information standards are going to be different. But how I know to lead others, to lead you guys through my values and beliefs is that, you know, I've created an online program, I've created a system, I've created an ABCD, I've created a morning, you know, afternoon and night process that if you step out of that process, things are going to get hard. Yeah. And when I talk about values and beliefs, the values and beliefs are valuing the momentum, believing and understanding that what you're going to be getting out of this. And, you know, that was really hard for me as well, because, you know, you see a lot of these people that are great at anything, great at sport, great at business, great at relationship, great at sex, great at talking, great at anything, just advanced human. I'm all about ultimate human potential. You know, people living in the flow state, the best people in the world, people that are doing these crazy extreme, you know, extreme games that are just completely blowing human potential out of the water, that how they're overriding and how they're biohacking their mind is that what they're understanding is they've done what they needed to do so many times, it becomes a software program instead of a hardware program. So what I mean by that, it becomes unconscious to them that with their value and believing, they're connecting to that, and then anything that comes into their life, a person, situation, challenge, whatever it might be, their standards are still up here. And what it is, they don't waste any time on nothing that is up there. They won't waste any time on people and situations and challenges, because they are they are so, you know, connected to what their values and beliefs are. Where the majority of the population is, and I'll say you guys, I know even with myself sometimes, that you would ask most people, what do you value and believe? And they think they know what they value and believe. I value love, I value honesty, I value family. Okay. That's focus points and their values, but I'm talking about breaking down the individual, like in all the different individual areas of your life, what you're connecting to when we're talking about this and understanding different values, that what you value in your health needs to be completely different than what you value in your wealth. And wealth needs to be completely different than what you value in, you know, relationship. But a relationship needs to be different than what you value and belief in family and legacy. And family legacy needs to be different to what you value in passion and purpose. But unfortunately, people think, no, but in all of them, there's a commonality. If there's a commonality, then you want to be a completely different representation of yourself in each area. And you think, why? Shouldn't there be a commonality through that? And you have to remember that in all your life areas, you know, I talk about 6 areas, because then you can start to really dilute yourself across these other areas, that if you want to be completely different, because then there is no clash. Then if you've got a similarity, then that value and that belief is starting to get drawn into other areas. So instead of you just completely, you know, being your health identity, being that identity and creating those values and beliefs are so different, so important, so sexy, so special, that you were going to achieve. So, you know, if you've seen entertainers like Beyonce, Jay-Z, you know, even Tupac, all different entertainers. That The Weeknd, just the others that come to mind, Post Malone, that these people, when they're entertaining, they are completely different than when they are if they've got their wife and kids. You know, they're doing what they're needing to do. They're completely, you know, yes, there's a commonality of, you know, people say, oh, but it's family and it's success and it's, you know, hard work. yeah, that's great, but why these humans do so great? Like, it's the Olympians that I coached as well. I coached two swimmers for the American Olympic team, probably I think about 5 years ago when I was living in LA. One got silver, one got bronze. You can't ask for more than that. Of course, you can ask for a gold, but I'm going to be grateful for what they had. And you see them when they're in the pool; they're completely, in the pool, because the difference between getting, winning and losing, or a medal, or even just qualifying is, points of a second. So you need to be very intimate. You need to be so increment, like it's dissecting what you're doing, because, just give me a sec. It's just, can you guys still see me? Because it said it's interrupted here. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can still see me, because it just said the video is interrupted on my computer. Wait, we should be back now. Because I'm just having a look there. It's all good? Awesome. So I've got the backup team there ready to rock and roll. She's got my back. So as I'm getting into the next flow and the next chapter of this, any questions that you guys want to know? And I've seen a few people that I can, because the screen is quite far away, but anyone that's getting on, any new questions here? Yes, beautiful setup, awesome. You're back. Thank you, Dave, to the max. So the thing is, when you're leading everybody, awesome, we've got Gemma on. Evelyn, great to have you back, sister. Hopefully you're well. And Gemma, I did get because when you sent me that feedback on that link that you filled out, what we can do, if you're free tomorrow, I don't know, because I know that you're over in the UK, send me an inbox. Tomorrow I'm free, because at the moment, obviously, it's 7 p.m. At 4 p.m. And you can speak to myself and Crystal, because obviously Crystal will be here, and we can get things running over, so that's fantastic. And Evelyn, great to have you back, sister. It's, hopefully everything is rocking in your world as well. So the other thing is, when are you doing your retreats again, Lee? Really good question, actually, Carol. When... at the moment here in Melbourne, they've just extended the lockdown. I don't want to get into this too much, but I'm going to answer your question, to November the 8th. So it was supposed to be in 5 days when we know what's going to be happening. Now they've expanded and extended. I call it expendables, because that's what we feel like. We've been expanded so much, we're expendable, meaning that we're not worth anything. That I'll be honest with you. Look, I've spoken to my business partner and my team over in Bali, and they're doing it really, really hard at the moment. There's no people coming in and out. There's hardly anything. They're lucky to have people that we've created great relationships with in Java that have been flying over, and yeah, look, with the retreats over there as well, to be honest, like I know my guy there, Joko, he's been doing a few healings in that, but it's not my retreat. I created it. Only, I know the ins and outs of it. So to answer your question, when we can fly, because I know I was talking to Crystal today, we were walking around the lake. I said, the first thing we're going to do is just have completely 2 weeks, get away, go and recharge, get out of Melbourne, get out of Australia, get out of the energy, and just go to Bali and have that time off. But unfortunately, you'll be seeing everyone in Melbourne, because everyone will be over there. So, but the other thing, what I am doing as well, I'm creating. That's cool, Sophie. That's all right. I'm sorry I had reboot my computer. What I highly recommend, Sophie, because what I was teaching before would really relate to you as well. Go watch the replay at the end of this as well, because you'll take a lot away from it. That what I've been creating, and I'm going to be doing a lot of. Crystal and I are both creating, it's not the retreat, you can never get the retreat happening, but we're doing an online program, which obviously the True Authentic Reality is a breakdown of what you'll be experiencing at the different retreats, and the online programs. So even having the workshops here, I've done the workshops in Sydney, I've done them in Adelaide, done them in Perth, and that's only a 2-day, and it's a 2-day test of bringing everything, into, a little context of what you'll be experiencing. But to be honest with everybody, with the retreats that I run, Dave, they're saying won't be able to travel until 2000. Really? Overseas? Wow. There you go. That's crazy. But if that happens, to be honest with you, Crystal and I were talking about it, my business coach and one of my mentors, that I would look at running it either in Daylesford or over in Sydney in Bondi. Like we'd get a really cool place and we'll do a retreat there. Look, Dave, you've been you've been to the retreats. You've been part of the True Authentic Reality. You're doing the one-on-one coaching now. Look, at the retreats, you're in a 6-star multi-million dollar villa. You know, you're treated like a king and queen. It's fantastic. It's the air. It's, you know, the energy's different. Like when you get off out of the plane and you go to Bali, already you're 70% transforming. And then obviously we go to blessed waterfalls. We go to high priests. You know, one thing that a lot of people do, but we do it in a completely different way, is climb the active volcano without any sleep, fasting. And then, you know, just the way the place is set up, it's just completely different. So I'm not too sure yet about that, but one of the things, because a lot of people, Carol, have been asking me about the retreats, and what I've been doing is being able to create online programs that is going to simulate it a little bit, which is, you know, it's almost impossible. But a lot of people are wanting to, even like they're saying, look, Lee, now we're coming out of lockdown. A lot of people are jumping on board to do one-on-one coaching. I've got about 6 clients they're about to reactivate again to start to be a part of it. The online program, which is obviously Sophie, Dave, you know, a lot of other people, that's on here, Crystal, Evelyn's part of it. And a lot of other people, if I've missed you, sorry. That's an online program where the people, I only keep a small group, and this is what I'm going to be able to say as well. What did Dave say? The retreats are another level. Seminars are great, but the energy is a lot more intense. 100%. Look, you can't simulate. You can't. You know, the the retreats are like Godzilla. You can't contain it. You know what I mean? You just need to let that motherfucker run, and then you know, it's incredible. Like, I love it because I completely come back a completely different person, and to see, you know, the participants, we do between 6 and 10 people. Any more I won't do, because you really want to be spending that time with them. It's 6 days. Look, it's mind blowing. Like, yeah, you know, I love it. I'm so passionate about it. To see the people, the challenge is when people come back to Australia and they don't keep the standards up. Exactly what we're talking about. And look, Dave, I'm sure you can share that as well. So one of the things that I do want to say, guys, as well, that I'll be very honest with you. Today what we're talking about is advanced leadership, how to lead others to a great existence through your values and beliefs. So one of the things is, and you know, I'm sure the people that have been in our group, Dave, you would have seen it, you've been in the group a lot. Crystal sees it because she's here, she's my partner. I'm not too sure of Sophie. Evelyn, you've seen this as well, that at the end of the day, a lot of people come and go very quickly. The reason why, the real people that want to grow, that are 100% coachable, that are vulnerable, that ask questions, that, you know, they're going to get, not saying that they're always going to be in the right energy, like people are going to have their speed bumps, that once people drop the standards of what is expected within this team, organization, because I know what works, it's like Chicago Bulls, you know what I mean? If Michael Jordan wasn't playing the way he didn't do that, he wouldn't play. Simple, you know? It's the same as that, you know. Dennis Rodman, he got benched. Scottie Pippen was going to get kicked out of the team. It's the same thing as the Lakers. You know, there was a few of the players that always start and they weren't reason this. If you want to be a championship team, then great leaders, coaches, and mentors is going to allow. They're not going to drop, let's just drop, you know, the Lakers and, we won't win a championship, just to drop down to other people. That I know even at the moment, there's been some people that keep making bad choices. They want to come and go when they decide. And the thing about that is, if they're doing it in this, you know, not flowing with the process, and I'll do a little bit here and I'll get to it tomorrow and I'll do it, like I'll say, hey guys, here's a winning formula, and they want to change it around. It's like, if I go to dial your phone, you know, your number, if I'm going to get on the phone to your number, boop, 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 and I dial one number wrong, what happens? Can I get through to you? I can't. And that's the same as the coaching, you know, and that's why I'm so passionate about what I talk about. It's not ego, it's not arrogancy or whatever. You know, I've got coaches, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars of trial and error in my own education. So the thing is creating those values and beliefs that you can lead a human to information, but you can't make them think. But what you can do, and look, all my clients who are on here now, you know, they go that way and they start moving off. Like Dave, he knows as well, he's had an amazing breakthrough, and now he's starting to plateau out. Now it's time to create another breakthrough. Same as Sophie as well. She's gotten, you know, a lot of the stuff that I was referring to at the start of the live stream. A lot of that Sophie can, you know, refer to as well. She's done a lot of work, and she's broken out, and she's had this new awakening, and she's raised her standards. Then what happens if you aren't keep having those breakthroughs and getting excited and reaching for those new standards, feeling alive, then you get a bit bored and you go, maybe I might go back to that person, or maybe I won't exercise today, or maybe, you know what, I won't grow my business, or maybe I won't train, or look, what should I do? Should I have the protein drink or should I have the wine? You know, oh, let's have another wine. You know, so that's the mythology. Like you guys would see normally, I'd like to have a wine here and there, but you know, here I'm like, hold on a minute, like where are my values and beliefs going towards my health? Like I said, you know, we're for a walk, we've got training equipment, going to get back into the training. If I have a wine, you know, is okay, but it's one a day. But if you have a wine, then it's a few, and I feel like, well, hold on, I'm going backwards. So let's cut things out. Let's cut the comfortability out. Let's put the good things in to move forward. So tomorrow, when I know I haven't had the wine or had any junk food, and then I've known I've gone for a walk, I've trained, meditated, and that, I'm one step closer towards my goals. Because, you know, you're not going to move your values and beliefs and standards. They don't go like that. It's just like, okay, boop, you raise the level. Maybe the next day you plateau out a little bit. It's like stairs, raise the level. And that's the thing that you always want to be, you know, understanding when we talk about that. So, oh shit, almost knocked my drink over. So the thing is as well, in anything, in a relationship, in a family, in an organization, you know, in many different things that you guys will be talking about and doing and, you know, connecting with. So let me fix my shorts up because I'm giving myself a bloody front wedgie. I was making sure my shorts didn't have any holes because we would have, you know, I normally wear red jocks. So anyway. And you know, the thing that we want to talk about, and I've just that's funny because we've got a bit of a delay there. All right, cool. I look good, everyone. We're good. Hair look good. Done. So the other thing that we want to talk about as well, if you aren't constantly, you know, that's why teaching yourself and rehearsing who you desire. So when I talk about rehearsing when you desire, just say, let's just talk about, you know, you've got a 9-to-5 job, what most people have. Or if you're running a business, you know, you're spending 8 to 10 hours on your business. The thing is, in the morning, if you aren't constantly, if you go to your phone straight away, you'll drop your standards, your values and beliefs are getting manipulated by what content you're taking in, yeah? The thing is, in your environment, there's going to be anchors, the way your place smells, you know, what you see, who you see, what if you have the TV on. So all of these habits, these anchors, the surroundings, if you aren't consciously unconsciously, you know, becoming greater than your environment. So what that means is, it isn't just getting up and going, oh, same house, same partner, fuck, I'll go to work, oh, get an email, geez, I've got the bills to pay, I've got this, I've got that. You're going in circles, but you are going from day to day. You actually aren't growing, yeah? You go, okay, I had a big day and I had meetings and I went and smashed it down, we created this and we built that. That's great on a level of just surviving. But if you want to thrive, that firstly in the morning, yes, I'm not saying leave your jobs and leave your partner and leave your environment, but it's how you experience the job, how you experience your partner, how you experience your environment, where you live, how you experience society is the key. So what does that mean? What do you mean by how do I experience live? Because you want to be able to set control, grab the steering wheel of who you are and what you want to experience and go, okay, you know what, my job isn't what I want at the moment, and yes, there's a few things that are pissing me off and not serving me, but you can experience and go, I'm going to get footer and I'm fully bulletproof from it, but I've got a way out, and you're going to be better for it. Or you can sit there, get stressed out and get angry and burnt out, overwhelmed over anything and everything. Yes, we've both been there, yeah? That's the same thing at the moment. You could be saying to your body, I know this has been me, you know, Crystal can back me up 100%. Oh, geez, look, I've put on weight, you know, normally I've got a lot bigger build, I feel a lot fitter, and I can sit there and go, oh, I feel sorry for myself, and experience my body in a way where my values and my beliefs and my standards are all dropped. Or I can choose. What I mean by experiencing yourself, it's not just thinking positive. I'll give you guys a really good understanding from this, and this is why, you know, you guys are getting some of the juicy stuff from the tub, because I don't teach this stuff in depth. I give you guys a bit of a taste, but you know, we're going deep in this. So when we talk about experiencing yourself, you don't just look in the mirror and go, you know, because let's be honest, if you look in the mirror and you've got cellulite, you're white because, you know, we can't bloody lead here, your muscles have gone smaller. You know, like my arm used to be 22 inches, and when I had the stroke a couple of years ago, this arm looks like it's been, you know, wrapped in bloody Glad wrap, and you know, like like that guy goes, grab my arm, strong arm. That's like my arm. You know those crabs? They have the big arm and the small one. That's how I feel, but not anymore, because I'm doing the internal work to build up that representation and the identity of how do I want to experience my body. Because straight away you can go and look in the mirror, and then how you're going to experience your body. What you value, you're not valuing what you've got now. What you believe in, you're not really believing in yourself, and then your standards have dropped. And then on top of that, oh, I'm going to push myself to train. I'm going to push myself to eat well. I'm going to push myself. Guess what you're saying? Push. Because what you're doing is you're experiencing yourself and your values. You're not valuing. Your values aren't going to support where you want to go with your physical attributes. Your belief system is, are you really believing that you could get it? Not really. Your standards are completely dropped. Then you want to have the gears turning and then take physical action. Where if it's cold, you will make an excuse. If you're sore, you'll make an excuse not to go there. You know, and this is not ultimate human potential. This is not advanced coaching to bring out, you know, leading others to your existence. And you might go, hey Lee, you're talking about yourself at the moment. Because why would I be talking about myself? Because I'll answer it for you, because I know there's a bit of a delay. If you can't lead yourself, then how the fuck are you going to lead anyone else? How are you supposed to be someone that's going to, you know, jump on a live stream, a video, a person of influence? If you're a father, if you're a mother, how the fuck are you supposed to lead your children? You're lying to them. Yeah, be a good person, do this, have discipline, do that, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? They're learning exactly off you. If your child is overweight and you look at yourself, well, look at my, you know, eating habits. If your child wants to be a bum and sit there and not hardly do anything, then you go, hold on a minute. You know, what am I doing here? I'm not saying that it always is, but they're going to pick up habits of yours. So it's anything. It's the same with me. You know, in my organization with my clients and that, you know, I'm leading people all around the world. And it's like, it's very congruent. How can I be leading people to become a better person, you know, to change if I haven't gone through it, if I aren't evolving and even had the experience? It's crazy. Like I said, you know, people can become good presenters, and that presenting eventually, you know, when the lights and cameras go out, and eventually it's going to, you know, fall down. So going back to experiencing what you want to experience. So, you know, this is a big one, because, you know, people, unfortunately right now with the lockdown, a lot of people are in the scarcity mindset. There's not enough. They're in that moment of, they don't really have a good relationship with money. So let's chat about that. So the thing about, at the moment, Crystal and I, you know, I don't mean to, like, people are walking past, but I hear conversation, yeah? I'm very intuitive, unfortunately. I fucking hear things, almost can read people's minds. And you can hear this, ram. And the conversation, what people were talking about, Dan Andrews is going to get the ass. Oh, what about restrictions? And it's all about this, and we're going to be that, and when can we do this? And I haven't heard a word of people saying during that, oh, during lockdown, during this, you know, I learnt this new skill. I lost this many kilos. I've bettered myself that way. I've created this. I've met that. You know, Crystal and I, we met each other during the second lockdown, or the first one. Then we flowed over to the second one. It's fucking crazy. It sounds like a computer game or some crazy movie in this lockdown bullshit. Anyway, it just does my head in. Not really, it doesn't. It used to. I experience it through, because, you know, that was just me being unconscious, incompetent. So Crystal's moved here, you know, and we've advanced in so many different ways. We're creating different businesses together, a life, and it's been absolutely amazing. There's been even times when we've created that and we've been able to experience, oh my God, we're in lockdown, we can't do this, we can't do that, we get angry, we're fighting this and that, we're, you know, oh, the world's fucked. That's if we allow it, yeah? Or you create paradise in your mind. And how do you do that? your values and beliefs will start, they will start to rise to an understanding of firstly, it's not like, okay, what do I value and believe? How you can biohack that, and how you can, let's say success hack it and go, wow. Because most people go, what do I value and what do I believe? How do I have my standards? So I'm going to teach you a secret how to get that, and then you will become very familiar for you to be able to express and for you to be able to teach to the world what your values and beliefs are. So as I was saying before, it's what do you want to experience? I know people that have got beautiful families, they've got a lot of money, they're living in big, beautiful houses and that, they've got health, they've got everything you wanted, but in here, it's like hell. The way they experience, the way they've learned how to experience, instead of seeing the world like this, they see the world like that. And instead of experiencing and being grateful for their children, their health, their money, their success, their family, they're very destructive. They drink too much, they take too much drugs, there's fighting, almost verbal and physical abuse. And when I've gone there, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And because you can sit there, I've even had a mate before, this is not materialistic, but I'm giving you an example, that probably doesn't need to ever work again, and he's 38. Never has to work again because his dad a multi-millionaire, a billionaire probably. And I remember one day, down St Kilda Road, he picks me up in his Ferrari, okay? He lives over in Port Melbourne. Picks me up in his Ferrari, he just came, he was going to a wedding, and I know the suit because I helped him pick the suit out. It's an $8,000 suit. He's in a $350,000 car. He lives in, a beautiful fucking $1 million house in Kew. He's got a beautiful girlfriend, this and that, and he's fucking arguing that his life's set. But he gets there and he's crying and he's punching the fucking steering wheel. He goes, fuck my life, man. I'm sick of it. Nothing is going right. And I'm sitting there going, I won't say his name. And I'm sitting there going, bro, can you pull over? Because I'm going to fucking throw you out your car. And he goes, what are you talking about? I go, what is so bad? Do you have cancer? No. Are you dying? No. Do you have this, that? Are you going to be, what's going on? Like, oh, this happened and that, and we had this argument. And so the way people get into not sitting there and spending time of what they want to experience, their values and beliefs are so caught up with achieving, making money, doing this, looking like that, getting fake fucking tits and lips and, muscles in the exterior. Because unfortunately here in Melbourne, yes, in Sydney, let's say all over Australia, but Melbourne and Sydney the most, there's a thing called showbag syndrome, where people feel like they are values and they have their beliefs through the aesthetics, the way they look. And unfortunately, once you get past that, there's nothing. It's hollow. Yeah, it's like, you break an Easter egg, you think it's full of chocolate, you break it, there's fucking nothing there. I remember, I think the Easter bunny ripped me off, mum, but you go to hit the egg and then you fucking put your hand through it. That's like a lot of people. There's no structure, there's no depth. And you don't want to be those people because you're not going to be leading shit because you can't lead yourself. So, the thing is, the things that I want you guys to understand is this. You can become great at anything and everything when you stop living the life, I'm not saying that, I'm not saying kill yourself, of course, but pause yourself, take a break away from the life and go within. And all meditation is becoming familiar with the life you desire, mind rehearsal, getting out of your own way, and becoming great at what you want to experience. If you want to change what you are seeing, what you are experiencing is called your personal reality. You change your personality, and your personality is the way you think, act, and feel. So if you're thinking, you're not consciously aware of how you're thinking, and you're thinking in a way, and it's like, hold on, why don't I have this life? Why is this happening? Why am I not liking that? Because you need to stop doing the same thing. The way you act, the way you're acting, how you're acting. Are you acting in a way that people want to be in your life? Are you acting in a way that things are going to come to you? Or, whatever. You're complaining fucking every 2 seconds, which everyone is about this COVID at the moment. Everything is coming out their mouth, fucking rah. It's like, when do you have time to focus on, the good things? If people are constantly complaining about what they don't have and what's going on, then how are you going to, you have to remember what you fire by what you think about is firing these electric neuro pathways. Because, for you to think something, create a habit, what the brain is, you've got these neuro highways, yeah? And what you keep firing and what you keep thinking about, you create a physical habit. So what you fire, you wire. So what you keep thinking about, you start to hardwire that in your mind, which creates a habit in your mind, which creates thoughts, which creates a memory. So if you keep thinking about shit, what do you think you're going to have in your life? Good stuff? You're going to be experiencing shit. You know, it's simple. What you think about, you become. It's not, you know, Earl Nightingale, go and check it out, The Stranger's Secret. It's not something that's going to pop out. You need to stop, you know, everyone, oh, you can't do this and these things are happening and negativity. Get away from that. And you hear people, you walk past, there's this, there's that. That person hasn't got a mask. This is going to happen. They're talking about, you know, everyone's a politician now. Oh, did you hear about this? Who gives a fuck? Because this is what you need to think about. Your opinion of what you think is going on is not going to change anything. If you kidnap Dan Andrews, if you fucking assassinate him, maybe that might change something and they'll get someone else in. But remember, all these people that are putting this hate out, oh, what's going on, it's not going to change anything. It's like, you know, people did the protest. It's not fucking changing anything. So you bitching and complaining is actually taking that time away from you moving forward. It's the same thing as if you're bitching about an ex that's not in your life anymore, do you know, is it making a difference? Or you're bitching about if, you know, my team Collingwood got absolutely smashed last Saturday. You know, I completely, because I know that you can get caught up and feel shit, but I said, okay, the game's over, it's only a game, stop experiencing the pain of the team getting caught up. Yes, there's teams, you know, Collingwood supporters bagging out Collingwood and all the rest of it. Do you keep playing that message over? No. What do I want to be focusing on? I want to be focusing on being present with my beautiful partner, with my family, with growing, what's next and changing things around, being, you know, of best service to my clients, of my team. Because it's like this, we all know it. This is going to give you power. To be able to change your values and beliefs in anything and it's how do you choose to experience your life? Because I know I was having resistance with my training because yes, we've got a beautiful little apartment, but you know, yes, you know, you want to be dropping weights and this and the music and people that have complained. So my experience of that is, oh fuck, and then my body starts to ache and it's like I'm getting tired and, you know, oh okay, and I'll tell Crystal, let's go and train at the park. And, you know, in my head, I've got all these ideas and yes, I want to transform my body and do this and, you know, with the business, we're going to do that. And, you know, and then it's just like, the reason why we don't end up doing it, because we aren't, like our values and beliefs are saying, oh yeah, look, I value health. Oh yeah, I believe that, you know, that health's important, my standards are, then I want to take physical action to drag my standards up. It gets hard. Yeah, because it's busy, the body's sore, you know, we become familiar with it's the COVID, oh, I'm tired, it's this, it's that. And what happens, we aren't actually, you know, and I know this stuff, I'm not saying that I'm always perfect, I'm definitely not perfect, but it's practice what you preach. It's actually closing your eyes and going within, yeah? So it's closing your eyes and going within and start to say to yourself, you know, and you're not really saying to yourself, look, there's a different process I can teach you guys on another session, but again, you know, my team are paying a lot of money, they're putting a lot of time and effort to get this information. It is, you know, you're creating your different life areas about where you want to focus on, and then it's what you're wanting to connect with. Like I run it through the consciousness of the desired outcome. You know, how do you need to consciously operate? The knowing is, you know, which way am I going? Am I on the right path? Do I need to change it? Do I need to, you know, recalibrate, realign? The attraction energy of BD energy of firstly, you know, experiencing that. If you want a shortcut, if you want to biohack where you want to go, it's getting great at experiencing and feeling it now. It's not like, oh, you know what, I've only got $10 in my bank account, but I want to be a millionaire, and look, there's that degree of separation. It's like, no, I'm just giving you guys an example. Yeah, I am a millionaire now. What does that feel like? You know, what I must value, what I must believe, you know, what's my lifestyle? Then we talk about the identity. It's how you look, how you smell, how you dress, you know, how you operate. It's everything. Your identity is that complete understanding. And then it's the 5 livable actions every day. This is, I call it like the non-bullshit system. And the reason why I've got my eyes still closed, it is because once you close your eyes, you go within. I can see and feel it. I've done this enough times. Like I still do it with my eyes open, yeah? And it's not just visualizing and hoping and praying, oh yeah, this is a good thing and it's going to come to me. You know what? Monkey magic's going to come down and Jesus is going to come down and Allah and all my angels and my life. No, it's getting great at experiencing the life that you want. And how you can biohack and get there is be around people that have got your health goals. Be around people that have your wealth goals. Be around people that have your relationship goals. start to take that in. And it's getting better at experiencing the life that you desire. Yeah, that automatically is going to drive your values because you are connecting with that, and automatically it's going to take yourself also to be able to connect with what you believe in. My friends, if you aren't connecting to keeping your values high and knowing what your values are because what you're wanting to experience, not giving into the old programs because you're not going back to a familiar old past, you're connecting to a predictable future, your values automatically are through the roof, your belief system's through the roof, your standards are. Once you stop connecting to what you want to experience, what you value, becoming familiar with, your standards of life drop. And then you will go back to the old. It's like 2 steps forward, 3 back. I just want to have a quick look here. Carol said, I was talking about this Saturday night, how the world is all about external validation rather than internal validation and seeking self-love and recognition. We need to learn to self-differentiate in a world where we can interconnect. 100%. 100%. Visualization and manifestation. Yeah, look, it's 100% what you said then, Carol. And yeah, Dan, and great to have you on, Dan. Great to have you on, brother. The thing, what I also elaborate a little bit more on when we talk about visualization and manifestation, that a lot of people, even meditation, meditation is supposed to be a good thing. I do it because everyone else is doing it and it's supposed to change my life. And it's the belief system of, and this is what I was talking to Crystal about, that even with my clients, that they're going, well, you know what, because Lee's my coach, and I'm going to take in a bit of what he's doing. I'll say this to Dave, say this to everyone, Evelyn, Crystal, Sophie, Dave, the rest of the team that's on here, Kyle, that people go, okay, my values and my beliefs are sort of here, but I'm doing this coaching program, and Lee says, okay, do the success priming in the morning, becoming familiar with the experience and the journaling. But where people are failing, and I even say with my clients, they're not failing, but where they could be doing a lot better is their belief in what they are doing. Because if they believe without a doubt, within every cell of their body, with every inch of, every muscle, every intention, every thought, every part of their body, every vibration, if they're 100% committed in understanding what their belief system is and what they're doing is going to change their life, would they have a day off? Would they make an excuse? No way. They would do everything in their power that's the priority, that they know that their belief system, because we've got information, but the reason why we don't apply ourselves to the uttermost experience of ourselves, meaning ultimate human potential at our infinity, which we're infinity. What I mean that we're limitless beings. Yeah, infinity is limitless beings. That what happens is people have these values and beliefs that is not going to support them executing something that can completely transform their life. You guys getting what I'm saying here? Because what we're getting at, my coaches said, Lee, stop taking the action, stop training, stop doing this, stop reading, stop doing everything, because it's you being able to believe, you build that belief system, which is your programming, your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, then your behaviors, and then it's the action. Because if you have that belief system, that if you truly believe with every cell, every piece of energy in your body, that what you are doing is going to transform your life, you're knowing how you're going there, you know the experience, you're feeling it, that there's no negotiable, there's no days off. You won't even just do it once, you'll do it how many times throughout the day? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that you must eat to survive. And whatever it might be. What are some things that are non-negotiable? That, I'm not saying everyone washes, but these things that are non-negotiable that you must do because you know that it's going to get you the result. And that's what happens. It's not taking the action. And this is what I mean by leading others to the great existence. It's creating a value system, a belief system that gets the individual to operate at a capacity that is going to completely transform their life. Because this is the key here. This is the $1 million key. Don't share it to anyone else. What I teach, and where it comes down from another understanding of ultimate human potential, the ultimate flow experience, that you want to find something which is simple that people can step into, that they just need to flow with it. Not follow it, flow with it. Follow it is like you're chasing it. I don't create followers, I create more leaders, so flow with it. Don't swim uphill or swim upstream. But in anything that you do, if you create such an amazing belief system, values, high standards in your health, in your business, in giving back to others, in your family, in the legacy you leave behind, in relationship with self, in relationship with many, passion and purpose, your spiritual awakening, when you can create that understanding of the daily programming, which is the meditation, which is becoming familiar with, which is the experience, your thoughts are going to be so empowered that you feel and you chemically, your body. So what you think about is the language of the mind, and what you feel is the language of the body. So thoughts are the language of the mind, and feelings are the language of the body. And when your thoughts are so empowered with all that energy, when your body goes, okay, my body's going to become, the body never forgets, then your body is going to secrete hormones for you to feel in such a way that your belief system that comes through, which is a representation, because what beliefs are, what you feel, let's be honest, belief system is firstly what you're thinking about, then what you feel, and because what you feel starts to reintegrate what you thought about, it creates a belief system which is feeling and thought and energy that gives you then, if you go into the external world, which is behaviors, that you behave in a certain way, that you take efficient action, not all this action, I'm going to be, burn myself out. That when you take the action, it's not just physical action, it's a magnetic force bringing things to you. Yes, it's energy going out for you to physically move things, move towards things, create things, connect, do whatever you need to do. But it's also, I would say, what I've learned, it's about 87% of a magnetic field coming towards you. Yes, you can take action, you can work 10 hours a day, you can do this and that, but you're actually the wrong energy. It's like, two opposing magnets. You can chase that magnet all the way around, and it never will come to that because it's on the wrong vibration. And unfortunately, people live their whole lives like this. Why can't I get the relationship that I want? You go in there and it keeps moving on. Why can't I create, the business? Why can't I find a job? Why can't I have a baby? Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? Why can't I have my body? Because it all comes down to, it's the internal processing system. Your values and beliefs are you to look at, okay, what am I valuing in my life? It's not about, because this is the thing, you can say, and I want to, and I want you guys to write this down. I wasn't going to share it, but I want to share with you. What we say, we don't even know what we're talking about. Most of the time when we say, that's what I value, that's what I believe, these are words. Remember, words and language is not a natural thing. It's a made-up construct. We have been told, when we were apes and we evolved, communication. Most of the things that we do, and I've tested this, when I was in the States, went to the Bulletproof, labs at the Bulletproof Academy, David Aspari, whatever his name is, I can't remember. Of course I know who he is, that's a bit rude, his book's there, where is it? Dave Asprey. And he's the guy that makes Bulletproof coffee, he talks about all these different biohacks, and an absolutely amazing guy. And he hooked me in my mind, obviously, to an ECG machine, meaning electrocurrent something, blah, blah, blah. And what that is to see the activity of the brain. So there were certain things that we watch, the brain's completely asleep, Most of the time at school, what happens, the teacher says, sit there, don't talk, concentrate, and you don't even have any interest to what the fuck the teacher's saying. And they think, oh, okay, you've got ADD. ADHD, whatever. You've got Asperger's, you've got, fucking dyslexia. No, the kid's just fucking bored, and the teacher isn't teaching you through visual, auditory, kinesthetic. The teacher's teaching like a fucking robot. So of course your brain's going to be switched off, It's like you're forced to do that. Another thing is the certain words that you use. And one of the words, people don't believe me, obviously my team, my group, my network, they would hear me say this, that one of the words that the brain has, one of the least activity, one of the least levels of activity, mean electromagnetic field or activity, is the word love. When we say love, our brain goes, what the fuck are you talking about? Love? What is love? L-O-V-E. Where did that come from? Did someone go, love? And oh yeah, cool, sweet, I got it. Do you know, like when in the caveman or something and threw a rock and love, oh, that's a good word, let's do that. Or when he hit, hit the female over the head to drag her in the cave, she goes, love. And okay, that's what love is. You know, these things you have to remember. Language is being made up for us to communicate, and most of our communication is verbal. And unfortunately, our brain, our bodies aren't believing what we're saying. You know, when people say these certain things, and it's just, yeah, you could get great at it, and you can convince yourself to know what you're saying. So what I'm getting at, when we talk about the words value, what do I value? I value loyalty, trust, respect, honor, and family. Great. What do those mean to you? This. Then what do they mean? To feel it, to experience it, you need to go deep and spend hours on that shit. What do you believe? You know, I believe in saying the truth. I believe in what I put in or what I get out. I believe that, you change your internal representation to experience your external representation. Okay, great. That's just a word. That's just a sentence. But to really experience it, to feel it. So what I'm getting at, it's being able to shift this is, switching off. And how do I want to experience my relationship? Not the relationship. This is what I mean. Not the relationship that you want. What do you want to experience? When I say experience is what do you want from your partner? Who are you going to be to have that? What do you want to experience in that? It's not just, I want to get married, and then what happens? You fucking switch off, you become brain dead, you become these people, marriage is hard, we'll pop out a few kids, but you ask them, what do you want to experience? Oh, I want a marriage that's happy and some healthy kids. Really? Like do you know what I mean? I say to people, okay, what do you want to experience with, when I talk about people with coaching, what do you want to experience? I want to I take 2 steps forward and I end up coming back, and I've got a lot of trauma, I want to heal myself, and, I just didn't believe in myself, and I want to believe in myself because this has happened. Yeah, great. We can do all the strategies to fucking, until the cows come home, until we turn blue in the face. We can, do it for 30 hours a day. Obviously, it's not 30 hours, but just say, we can just flip that shit over. But the thing is, you can keep doing that. You can train 5 times a day. You can go on 10 dates. You can, create your business for 15 hours a day. You can do whatever you want. You can save money. You can do this, rob banks, fucking whatever. You can take the physical action because you're thinking that's going to get the result. But you have to remember, it's not the wants and haves. It's the moments and experiences. It's the moments and experiences is what you're going to be left up for. So if you want to change anything in your life, my friends, it's not a go, okay, you know what, I want to change, I want to lose whatever whatever it might be. But then you go in the mirror and you're experiencing yourself, I can't fit in my jeans. Oh, look, I'm getting man boobs. Oh, look at the love handles. And when you're doing that, you're actually neurologically connecting to the fat and saying grow. And that's proven. You talk to it, even when you touch it, you're neurologically anchoring that shit to those body parts. So what do you think? Oh, geez, I'm getting, a bit here and that. And I know it and I do it. Like I say about my arm, and I've been getting out of it. What do I want to experience? I want to experience myself in my different physique. I want to experience myself, I don't go, okay, I'm going to be a better partner for Crystal. I'm going to be a better, it's like, hold on. It's not about, what's a better partner? How do I know I'm a better partner? It's what do I want to experience? What, in the relationship, and the relationship is not being a better partner, it's experiencing how I want the relationship to be. And that's not just, she must change. It's no, experiencing it, because she could be, and she is the most amazing woman, but if I haven't, every day, if I'm not finally tuning what I've got in my mind and experiencing and changing it, then you don't see that. You take advantage of that. You'll find some way to self-sabotage. And guess what, guys? That's what I was doing. Crystal can tell you that I'm hearing, oh yeah, I don't want the same thing. I've been engaged 3 times and I'm so scared it's going to fuck up and rah. And in my head, it's got, I'm not worthy for love. It's going to happen. Why should I do this? We're going to have these same things. Only it started to change is when I started to do the internal work, which I knew about, but I wasn't doing the work, that you can lead a human to information, but you can't make him think. And it's doing the work of switching off to my personal reality to start to change my internal personality. And it's how do I want to experience the relationship? And that first comes with me. That's not you must change. What do we normally do? They must change. We must physically move things around. It's the same thing as growing, getting the business out there, being able to grow. A lot of people are going, hey Lee, I'm really struggling, I need your help. You know, Gemma, if you're on here now, I know we're connecting with her. You know, a lot of my clients are on here, but there's a lot of people that need some help. And instead of getting caught up with, okay, let's just build a business and let's just get people into this and get people on. No. What do I want to experience as being the business owner, as being the leader, as being the CEO? Then things come to you. Because yes, you could have 1,000 clients, you could have $10 million. But if in your head, if you're burnt out, if you're lonely, if you're self-sabotaging, if you're, have insecurities, would you be at your best potential? Would you be grateful for what that you won't be able to see? You're not experiencing. You're creating more wants and more haves. And at the end of the day, the wants and haves go, the money goes, those initial feelings go. What you're left with is the moments and then the experiences you have from that. That's all we're left with, my friends. So in your life right now, if you're wanting to raise your standards so you can have the relationship you desire, relationship with yourself, the relationship with another, if you raise your standards and you're wanting to be able to have more wealth so then you can live the life you desire, you have to remember, some people are chasing the money and when they're getting it, they're like, okay, what do I want now? It's more wants and haves. Like I said, I've got people and friends, they've got that much money and they're miserable. And their lives, they reply, and they're not great people to be around. It's about raising your standards in your, if you're creating a family, if you've got a family. It's not about, okay, we're going to do this and I'm going to take you on more holidays, I'm going to buy the kids more things, I'm going to discipline them, I'm going to change this, I'm going to have the talks. No, it's about firstly, creating the experience of what you want to experience. What do you want to experience with your children or children to be? What do you want to experience with your husband and wife? It's not about, oh, we need to work on each other. It's not that at all. You could be doing the work, but you could actually be moving away. It's about understanding what you want to experience, because when you get great of how you want to experience life, like I'll give you guys a very honest description. Let's just use that word. A lot of people were getting to me. I was allowing them because I wasn't consciously connected to how do I want to experience my life, and I was becoming reactive to, people are becoming so stupid the way they drove. Like even today, some guy, almost, took the front of our car out. Yes, I did. I got protective because he almost hit our car and Crystal's in the car. And with me, it's just different. It's just like, well, but getting to a point where there's just people's energy, and if I'm not switching off to that and consciously connecting to what do I want to experience, I want to experience a great day with Crystal, with my family, with my clients, growing, evolving. And look, I'm just saying this very, very briefly, but I'm talking about in the morning, I'm spending, an hour of connecting, experiencing in my health and that. And then when I go to execute the gym, when I go to execute the business, when I go to execute a presentation, when I go to execute being with Crystal, with my, with my family, execute that, I'm a completely different person because I'm not thinking about, oh, what should I value and what do I believe? Because this is the thing, my friends. Yes, you might have got rid of, that partner, or you got out of the job and, oh no, the job's not too bad now, or you know what, oh yeah, I went for a run yesterday and look, I had a wine today at McDonald's, look, oh, it's not too bad and I won't do it tomorrow. You have to remember, you're going in a circle, and if you had 1 week to live, would you keep taking those shortcuts? Because people start to get bored and they're like, yeah, I'm a bit lonely, that guy wasn't too bad, she wasn't too bad, she only cheated on me once, he only smacked me in the face once, McDonald's isn't too bad, oh look, it may be 2 days if I don't go for a run, or you know what, I'll just stay in the business now, it's not too bad. You drop your standards because you're a coward for yourself and you're going, oh, I want to go back to a comfortability, or at the moment, because then you start to feel sorry for yourself and you start to go, oh look, I'm lonely. In COVID, or should I go back and, yeah, he wasn't too bad, but okay, but where you get back? So when you get out of COVID, you realize that he was just using you for sex, yeah? Or, you realize in your job, they're just using you for this, and then, you do that and they're going to get rid of you and you're like, fuck, I had that opportunity for something else. Or you realize, oh, look, I'm not too overweight in that, but then you get to a point where the doctor goes, hey, you've got diabetes, or you've got a lump that needs to be removed, and you go, fuck, I should have done it. It's too late. Yeah, or at the moment, there's a lot of people that are becoming comfortable because they're on JobKeeper and they're getting the money in every, fortnight or month. And it's like, hey, you got the money in, but what are you going to do? You're going to stay at that shitty job, or you're going to create something while you can, while you've got the time. Why haven't you worked on your body? You've got all this time. And what happens is people are just, they're existing because there's no pain, there's no crisis. Unfortunately, People that don't succeed in their lives wait till there's crisis, wait till there's pain, wait till there's shit hits the fan. They go, oh, I better change. And it's too late. That's not creating a better existence for your values and beliefs. And my friends, how you can lead others as you know, a friend, as a colleague, as a parent, as a leader, whatever, as a child, anything at all, is getting great at your existence about what you're wanting to experience in all areas of life. Because at the end of the day, you don't just go to the gym to do chest and biceps, but how do you want to experience it? Are you going to do chest and biceps and injure yourself or fucking be tired or switch off? Or do you want to experience an amazing workout, have a pump? You know, how do you want to experience yourself in your business? Because I know I set my intention of when I'm doing my live streams, and I'm just not going to verbal diarrhea on you guys. It's about what do I want to experience? I want to enjoy it. I want it to be playful. I want you guys to walk away and go, wow, like that lead just fucking blew my mind. And if it adds value, then that's a bonus, you know? So it's about setting the intention of what you're wanting to experience as well, because you even know you're going to, and I'll be, like I said at the start of this, I have gotten rid of people in my team because when I come up to what I want to experience, these people weren't they're not at my level of my values and my beliefs. Not saying, oh Lee, you've been doing all this stuff for a long time. What I'm getting at is people that don't want to flow with the process, that they think they know better and they've been doing this for 30 seconds. Their negativity, there's energy, they're not coachable, it's not vulnerable, they're argumentative, they're making bad decisions. We all do mistakes here and there, but if they constantly keep doing it, you get to a point. Guys, my standards up here. I'm a Michael Jordan in the personal development. If you don't want to come up to there, it's not being rude or arrogant. You know, it's not, and you know, you guys know it's not about, oh, I can never get there. I don't want to invest in myself. You know, that's scary. If I stay here and just behind, behind the screen and not send any words or, put any comments up and I'll just hide, but I won't even take any notes. I won't be seen. At the end, that's up to you. Do you want to be a follower for the rest of your life and just get enough and, oh yeah, I want a little bit of this, I want a little bit of that? Or do you want to be a leader of yourself and be able to give your family the best? You know, Dave's a grandpa now and he knows this. A lot of his life he was just, he was around people that were these heavy weights. He was in quicksand. He was just getting enough. He was just going through the paces. Oh yeah, maybe this person's going to do whatever and I'm just going to listen to these people and these people weren't respecting, but their family and friends and all the rest of it. It was keeping him comfortable until he understood and goes, you know what, fuck that. I don't need these people. I'm going here, they're there. I'm not any better than him. I just want something different in life. It completely transformed his life, transformed his health, his business, his wealth, transformed his kids. And he, and I'm not pissing in his pocket, and that's what he's done. And I know a lot of other people that have been part of the organisation have done the same. Hey, Elizabeth, creating the vision and attracting the feeling to manifest it into your reality. Yeah, it's creating the vision and attracting the feeling, and it's, instead of it even attracting the feeling, it's becoming familiar with how you want to feel. Because a lot of people go, I want to be wealthy, but they're not sure about it, about the experience about it. And it always keeps changing. I know I've been, broke 850 grand in debt, suicidal, wanting to end my life. And I know that I've, lived in a very abundant life. And it's two completely different feelings. And how do I know, out of that, how did I know to get myself out of that? That every day, even if I was in debt, every day I was connecting that I was abundant, I was grateful that my bank account, I had millions of dollars in my bank account. And it wasn't just the millions of dollars, I'm just giving you guys an example. It was just feeling abundant. It was feeling of value. It was that all money is value. And connecting, having value, doing that. And this is the key. You can keep doing it for a month and a week and there's nothing. You could keep doing this for that and you're thinking your body's not changing, but your body is changing. The energy is coming to you. But it's only when your awareness changes for you to be aware of the experience that you actually see it, because it's our awareness now. It's like, when you want to buy a car, then all of a sudden you see the cars everywhere. If you want to buy a pair of shoes, everyone's wearing it. Women, you want to buy a dress and every woman's got the dress. It's not because, oh my God, it's a coincidence, deja vu. It's just because your awareness has changed. And the thing is, people will stop because they go, oh, I don't have all these clients yet, so I'm going to stop doing that. Or I'm going to stop doing the, the morning routines and the experiences because, I'm too busy at work and, I don't know if this is going to work and I'm going to go back to myself. And it is fucking, and I'll say to you guys, there's some of my clients now that keep doing the same thing, and I say it with love. I'm not having a go and I'm giving them, positive criticism. And it's just like, why are you taking shortcuts? Why aren't you doing this every day? It's like the 66-day challenge. That creates automaticity. It creates a, it creates that internal habit, like physically habit, that you don't need to look for this shit because you become it. Instead of thinking about it, you become it. So this is what you need to understand, that stick with it. It's not going to, because the more that you change your awareness, the quicker you change your awareness and the experience, your body, you will achieve things that you thought, oh, to get my body in shape, it's going to take 6 months. Honestly, it will take 3 months. It will take 2. It's the energy that's going to change the cells. And then when you go to have to lift the weights, exercise, diet, you don't even need to hardly do that. That's just, it's 80% internal and then only 20%. And unfortunately, when people have got it the other way, they want to transform their body, their health, their this and that, they're taking all this action, but the internal representation, the experience, that internal program is nowhere near where it needs to be for you to do that. So you're doing that and you're working, going on dates, and you've gone in this relationship, it didn't work, you're training at the gym, it's hard and diet, so then you fucking, let it go. You've started a business and you feel like you're not getting anyone in, just, oh, this doesn't fucking work, I'm going to go back working in a factory. Nothing against people working in factories, but, everyone's destined for a bit more than that. So that's where I'm at with you guys. It's all about experiences. If you want to be able to change your values and beliefs, and at the end of the day, if you want someone that you love in your family, someone that that wants to, it's not but what you tell them, it's what you want to experience. And when you can keep showing up without even opening your mouth about being that energy and keep rehearsing, becoming familiar with the life that you want to experience in all life areas, not the wants, not the haves, it's not the relationship, it's not the money, it's not the car, it's not the the status. It's about moments and experiences, and that's ultimate human potential. So thank you all. Thanks for my team for allowing me to share this to the public. Please, guys, share this on your page if you did take any value away from it. And a lot of you have been getting in contact with me. Like I said, Gemma, send me an inbox, and we'll organise a call to get on, in the morning as well. Look, there's a lot of people coming through. Look, and if this is something that you want to be a part of on our online program, it's rocking it. Even with you, Carol, as well, because I know you're very, you're very aligned to what we're talking about, and what we do. It'd be great to have your intellect in part of the group as well. We're making this very, very doable for people as well. Doing the coaching, doing this, doing that. We can't simulate the retreats because I'd be lying. But thank you, everyone, for getting on all around the world. I was going to share this to a few more pages, but I don't know what I did. I've got fat fingers, and I'll share it afterwards anyway. So thank you all. Great to have everyone back. Have a great night, and we'll catch up soon. Take care, guys. Bye.